I am Ambassador Fidelia Grangalong of Suriname to Trinidad and Tobago. I came here in 2007, which is my first experience as a diplomat. My educational background is sociology. I did sociology at the University of Suriname, Anton de Kom University. And I recently got an honorary doctorate of the Graduate International Christian University. I got many awards in life. I got awards in Suriname. I got awards internationally. In Trinidad and Tobago, I got the Emancipation Award. From the Emancipation Support Committee, I got an award. I got the iChange Nation Global Leadership Award. I got a Goodwill Ambassador appointment and an award of the Golden Rule in it Peace Building Initiative. That the Peace Building Initiative and iChange Nation, I got them recently, the 4th of April, in Grand Rapids, Michigan, United States. My language in Suriname is Okanisi. I'm not a Dutch speaker by birth, and I'm not a speaker of the lingua of the country by birth. So there lays in a lot of challenges going to school, speaking Okanisi to the teachers that don't have a clue what we were talking about. And I believe I was speaking Dutch publicly when I was in my late 20s, when I started lecturing part-time at a high school. But before that, I would only speak Dutch to my friends. And the thing is that for me, in my job as an ambassador, it seems that things has been working for the best for me because I can speak Dutch, English, my own language, and some other languages that we speak in Suriname. So we have done a lot when we came here, especially in my job as an ambassador in an English-speaking country. I learned more of the English that Trinidadians speak, so I believe I have something of that. Working as an ambassador in Trinidad and Tobago is very interesting. Interesting in the sense that I could connect with people of the same view, the same vision in life, meaning the poor people. Poor people in the sense of the rural women, rural people, rural women producers. I've connected with Rural Women Producers Network in Trinidad and Tobago, apart from other diplomatic work. We're doing a mango festival, and I was able to bring in 2 groups of women to participate in the Mango Festival to share Surinamese cuisine and Surinamese art with the Trinidadians. I worked with the Emancipation Support Committee as well. We brought some cultural groups in, and 3 years we have been done Suriname Weekend, where we were able to bring in Surinamese group and introduce people to the Surinamese cuisine and inform them about what Suriname has to offer in trade and in tourism. What we were able to do was connecting with the media, because anytime we would have the Suriname Weekend, we would be interviewed by TV stations, and also newspapers would come, and we would be able to do our diplomatic work as it's supposed to be. My career path is partially, especially being chosen by me, but not all of it, and that's how it went. I loved to teach. As a child, I wanted to become a teacher. So after I graduated from the university, I lectured at high school and in the prep year of the university. After that, I wanted to pursue my passion to help people. And then I went to work with the Ministry of Planning. And in the Ministry of Planning, I was the so-called expert on poverty alleviation program, because no one can ever be an expert on alleviating poverty. But what we were doing is to work and do everything you can, put in your knowledge to help to ease up life for people. And I was working on gender equity programs, health programs, and other integrated programs for poverty alleviation within the Ministry of Planning. So I work with the UN system, the EU, the Dutch treaty funds, Belgium treaty funds, German treaty funds. We work with a lot of programs, and internationally I could represent Suriname in workshops, seminars, and name it. All that you can do to gain knowledge on how to approach and how to work on programs to make life easier for people. Well, in pursuing my dreams, I have learned lessons starting from my childhood years. The dream came after a little while. In primary school, you would like to become a teacher. So to become a teacher, you need to do well in school. But a challenge was that my father didn't like me to go to school. So whenever I was doing well in school, I got licks from my daddy, because I was not supposed to do well because of our background as Maroons, because he saw himself as the African, and I needed to know the African tradition, the African culture. So going to school would make his dream not come true in his daughter. So 9-year-old, he told me I had to be his interpreter and his tutor, because he wanted a driver's license and he could not read and write. So because I was going to school, I had to be his interpreter for the news, for everything that was related to education. I overcome that because my father, after 4 years, when I was 13, he got his driver's license. And the other thing was, going to school, I could not speak Dutch, so I had to learn to speak Dutch, not to speak at all in school. You cannot speak out, but I started to read, and reading was the solution for me. Solution to know the language better and to communicate with friends, and you want to do it better every time. So reading was to overcome my language problem, and I could read all books, Dutch, English, and everything. The other thing that I did is that when I was working, I had some challenges in my job as well. Because coming into the top level of in the offices you work, I was like policy advisors to ministers. You needed someone to tell you how to do stuff. I didn't have people. People who were there were more to look at you and say like, well, you won't do good. One thing I know is that some colleagues told me once, I was in a committee for poverty programs, and they told me not to do it because I was not experienced enough. And I did not do it. It's a lesson learned for someone, even though the minister thought I could. I listened to Michael, and the minister believed in me, and I would be able to do it because it was more about poverty programs, how to approach my people in the interior and other people. The other thing that I struggled with in my career is that when I became ambassador and I was here, I had to rely on information that people should give to me, and I did not get the information that I should get. So for me, for 1 or 2 years, I had to understand and find out things myself. And it is good though, because what you know is what you have experienced. And if you learn by experience, it's good. By instruction is also good. We have the theory, but the practices of the job is very important. And I learned, and right now I'm the Dean of the Diplomatic Corps, and we've done a lot together because we have luncheons every other month where we invite prominent, knowledgeable people here in Trinidad and Tobago, not only Trinidadians but other foreigners that have some expertise and they are working in an institution. We want to know what it is so we can understand our job better. And the last thing I want to say, I overcome. Why? Because I work as if I work for God. So you don't make people decide for you what will be good in your job. You go to God, and you know God favors you. That is what I believe, that God favors me and God helps all the time. What I want to tell young ladies, face your challenges, pursue your challenges, pursue your dream, and win. Be a winner all the time. You can be your own hero, because if you look at what you overcome in life, you can take that as a strength, become stronger, and we all can become stronger if we learn from our challenges.